Hello, everyone, and welcome. I wanted to look into this altercation between William and Harry, um, and uh, and also the energies around this, and actually do a reading on this. Okay. Um, what is behind this? Are they really arch rivals? Or have they always been enemies? Or did they actually get along at one point and were very closely bonded? Or was it after the death or so-called death of their mother? Why do I call it so-called death? Because I feel that possibly that was set up, that accident, but that's what I pick up intuitively. Um, I feel that was staged. Is it something that this hiding the fact that of this accident has been felt very awkward to Harry, and if he feels that people should know about this, and with his kind of runaway mouth, is this something that he would tell the world? Anyway, let's continue with the topic. Um, and I'm getting this from the Evening Standard, which is a London newspaper. And this is Harry actually talking at the time. I think it was the time of the African tour. Okay, but we'll look at that in a moment. So, let's have a look at this article and then take it from there, and do a reading on this. Siblings will be siblings, and if there isn't a big bit of light ribbing every now and then, are they even related? Are they even related? Wow. Well, actually, that is a point. Are they even related? Harry and William once joked in an interview about the other's looks and hair. After an interviewer asked about the pair's differences, "He's definitely got more brains than me," Harry says. "We established that in school, but I think I'm much better hands-on." To which William rolls his eyes, mocking his brother. Harry then adds, "And boldness." So that's quite funny, actually. But William shoots back, "It's pretty much coming. That's pretty rich coming from a ginger." So, and the pair chuckle. Now, yeah, energy wise, is that joke or that philosophical answers of his father saying about ginger hair and "Are you actually my son?" and all this kind of thing. Apparently that's in the book. But continuing with this article here. It was a rare moment of seeing how the two actually interact behind the scenes, but proved their bond was that of a typical boisterous brothers. Before anything broke down, Harry and William seemed to reach peak closeness around 2018, when William acted as Harry's best man at this wedding to Meghan. Though we now know things are fraught behind the scenes, something Harry has done for William's own nuptials back in 2011. You'd struggle to hear him say anything of the sort now, but back then William was interviewed for the Best Man project and shared how he and Harry's like-minded people. "My brother and I's relationship is closer than It has been because of the situations we've been through. William said losing our mother at a young age has kind of helped us sort of travel through the difficult patch together. When you're like-minded, you go through similar things. It's a bond, and it's something that, you've tackled it together and come out the other side better for it. In a very awkward panel discussion with all four of them, the Fab Four, the group was asked about family arguments, which led to an uncomfortable round of awkward laughter. Eventually, though, Harry referred to the royal arguments as healthy disagreements. Now, I'm going to stop there because that obviously was that after that altercation. That Fab Four that was it heads together. Was that after the altercation or before? Not sure about that. Harry referred to the royal arguments as healthy disagreements and gave a careful, manoeuvred answer. I think it's really good that we've got 4 different personalities, he said. We've all got the same passion to want to make a difference, but different opinions. I think those opinions work really, really well. Working as family does have its challenges, of course it does. But look, we've stuck together we're stuck together for the rest of our lives. So during an interview, this is what I was wanting to look at. During an interview, as part of the ITV special coverage of Meghan and Harry's African tour, the same special which would blow up the internet after Meghan revealed was not okay. When Harry was asked about his relationship with his brother, he said, "We are brothers. We will always be brothers. We are certainly on different paths at the moment, but I will always be there for him, as I know he will always be there for me. We don't see each other as much as we used to because we are so busy, but I love him dearly. The majority of the stuff created out of nothing, but as brothers, you have good days and you have bad days." So this is something that, these altercations, it seems like it's because this would have been after the altercation. This is something normal. It appears that this boisterous behaviour is something normal within their relationship. Or could it be abuse? Or could it be wanting to have power as the future king? You should be fearful of me. I am going to be the future king. That kind of energy that comes from Henry VIII and past kings, future kings, going back in history. You must tread eggshells and tread carefully around me because I am going to be the king one day. I am the king. I will be the more powerful than you kind of energy. The upcoming release of Spare, which is, I think it's in 2 days' time, was always unleashed plenty of bombshells, including the allegations of Harry and he and William got into physical altercation during which William pushed Harry to the ground, apparently smashing the dog's bowl. So where was the dog? On top of the bowl? Um, but one quote from the book speaks volumes about Harry and William's relationship, where he refers to his brother, the future king, and his beloved brother and arch nemesis. Harry was asked to expand on the sentiment during an interview on Good Morning America. He responded, "There's always been this competition between us, weirdly. I think it really plays into, or always played into, by the heir versus the spare. Ultimately, the older the two have become, the more this dynamic has defined their relationship. And after the release of the spare, it remains to be seen if there is much of a relationship to reconcile at all." So let's look at a reading on this. Have they always been enemies? Has there always been this rivalry between them? Maybe jealousy between them? Has there always been this like hatred? Was we led to believe that these brothers were, like this, and that they're very close, when really they're opposite to that? And this kind of air and the spire has kind of exacerbated as they have got older. Why is that? Why is it that as they got older, there's like this great big wedge in between them, which is the heir and the spare. You're the spare, I'm the heir, kind of thing. And that's where that's where it ends there. There's nothing equal here. There's no equilibrium here. You're not allowed to be equal to the heir to the throne. So does that mean that they cannot be close? Does that mean that they cannot be close as brothers anymore? Does that mean that they cannot they have to be they have to distance themselves from each other? Was this the right move that William is taking? That actually, I prefer if we didn't know each other anymore, and that you were not my brother anymore, because I'm going to be the heir to the throne and I've got to cut you off. So all this leads to an altercation, a violent outburst, because that's what it is, towards Harry, and throwing him down to the ground physically. Is this where this leads to, William? That you have to draw a line under, I'm going to be the future king, you're not, and I'm going to show you that you're not. I'm going to put you down there where you belong. So I'm just going to pull out some cards and let's look into this, okay? I don't like violence, and I don't like people who play these chess games at all. I think it's just horrific. Especially someone in that position as William to actually behave in that way. So I'm going to pull out some cards and see where this goes with these energies here. So let's look into this aggression from William. What is it? What does it mean? Are they able to have a close relationship now, or has William drawn a line under that you're not allowed to have a relationship with me? I get, this is like the burden card. This card is the burden card. When it's in the right position, is you are a burden to me. You're a heavy weight to carry, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of you. So I'm getting this with William. You've been a heavy load to carry all my life, and I'm just going to put you down. And this is what this is, because it's in reverse. It's freeing himself from this burden of his brother. Gosh, would you do that? Collapsing under the strain of this, and would you do that? Have you done that, where you've had to cut somebody off because you just want you find your own brother a burden? Just kind of tradition. So this is about the high priest, which is tradition. It's tradition that the heir kind of lets go of the spire and separates from them. And laziness in reverse. Well, sorry, I'm trying to get the lighting right here, but the lighting does not want to work. So anyway, I get with this card is William, I feel, thinks or feels that Harry is lazy, and I don't know why, but also get with this card impeding William's progress towards becoming a king. So him being in the way is impeding his progress. It's making him look bad. Isn't that a horrible way to think, though? If you think that way about your own brother, you're impeding my progress. You've got to go. You're a burden. So, you're going to embarrass me. I don't want to be associated with you. You're an embarrassment. You're lazy. And this is about arrogance too. Arrogance with the Sun card in reverse. The Sun card in reverse is arrogance, vanity, ego involved here, a disappointment and failure. You have been a disappointment to the royal family. And here you are. You present this woman that comes from nowhere. This Meghan Markle comes from absolutely nowhere. And you want to marry this person at the flash of the speed of light. So that's coming through too. So there's like a mixture of anger. Look what you're doing now. Sorry, not the camera. Look what you're doing now. You bring this woman from nowhere. You want to get married and have children. Also having IVF and all this kind of thing, because I did pick that up, if you remember. Looking back at those videos, the IVF treatments, trying to get pregnant before they even get married, being together literally, I think, 18 months or something, if that. So here is the future king. He's being presented, this female from absolute nowhere, and Harry's saying, "Look, I'm going to marry this woman," and I feel I do get this energy that William has tried to, drive it in his head to take your time, even before Meghan came along. Make sure that you marry the right woman that fits into the establishment and who can do a job in the establishment, and make sure you find somebody that fits well into our family, and take your time, don't rush into it. So although I'm picking up here William has already drummed that into his head, he does the opposite. He rolls up with this actress from Suits who's got a shady background. They would have already have done their homework with that, using the MI5, MI6, and they would have found out some dirty secrets. And let's not forget this book, The Spare. I feel this is like throwing the book at William and saying, you're saying this about me, and look at you. Look, you're no better than me. What makes you better than me? So Hence, Harry went off and had children, got married to this Meghan Markle, and now he wants to make a future with her to actually prove a point. Did he actually try to prove a point to his brother? That you threw me to the floor like that, total embarrassment. And I proved to you that this woman can do this job, and she is heading for the White House. There you go. There you go. She is heading to the White House. And you think she's not good enough for me? So the card that I get here, the sacrifice here, Harry has had to sacrifice his family. William has had to sacrifice his brother for this Meghan Markle. And now they're trying to prove a point that, we are happy. We are happy. We have a happy home life. I feel that Harry's going to dig up some dirt on William and Kate's relationship too. I'm not sure if it's in that book, but that's coming. That's a prediction. Okay, he's going to try to dig up some dirt about the relationship. Because I do get the radical card. Harry has acted very radical with the Prince of Swords. It's radical. I know it's radical, but I'm going to marry this woman, and you're going to be my best man. We got this card here, which is contemplation after the battle. So this is total contemplation after the battle, and thinking about, taking this row publicly. And both of them, I feel, are actually contemplating with this card, sitting back, pretty much exhausted. They've been rolling about in the mud for so long now that they're absolutely exhausted, the pair of them. And again, I get this card here, the Queen of Swords. I feel that's the Queen. It's in reverse. This is the Queen, and she's not around anymore because it's in reverse. Their energy is not around, so they can have this fight in public. It's not going to be embarrassing. And it is about Meghan. It's about Meghan, the upstanding lady. It's all about Meghan being good enough. And she's proving a point, and Harry is proving a point here. Well, I didn't expect it to take this twist, but it has, this reading. It's all about Meghan. It's all about Meghan, and that she is good enough to be in that family. Who do you think you are? We've got 2 beautiful children now, and, we're going to prove you wrong. We're going to prove you wrong. And yes, one of my comments on one of the videos I did recently, somebody said I did predict that they would become millionaires and make millions on the stories and all of this kind of thing. Well, here you go. Stories, lectures, speeches. This is certainly going to elevate Harry and Meghan. People are going to want them to be around because, they've spilled the beans on the most powerful family in the whole world. So they're going to make sure that they get them on their show, on their program, lots of interviews, as I said way back. Lots of interviews. They're going to make millions out of this. The interviews alone, as well as, the book. There's follow-ups here from the book. So I get this whole thing was about Meghan, about the woman that he chose to marry. And William was so angry that he had, he'd done his homework, and he fished out here some kind of shady kind of background, her family, her little kind of films that she's made in the past, and I get William saying Crescenda bonus was better than her. and she was in some very kind of respectable acting roles. So couldn't he have found somebody at least who was into very kind of respectable roles, somebody that's respectable in the acting world, instead of maybe English, instead of this American who's a social climber. And this is what I'm picking up here. I mean, Cassandra Bonus, I feel she didn't want to know. She didn't want to know him, and I think there was too much involved in actually being a royal. And it was about Meghan. It was all about Meghan Markle. Okay, and I'm going to leave this reading here. This reading was about the aggressive outburst from William, why he did this, what was the outcome here. I'm going to do a follow-up on this, which will be, their relationship. Where does their relationship go from here? How he's chosen his wife. He's chosen the woman that he wants to be with. He's making millions. If not, he's going to be a billionaire. They're going to be billionaires by the next 2 years. And it's all going to work out financially that way. So, and there's a lot of backup too from Barack Obama and other leaders of state. So I think there's like a racism card here, thinking that this like not wanting her Meghan to be in the royal family, it's not suitable, that it was about her colour. So please, please put comments in the comments section, in the chat section there. Do you feel it was all about her colour? Or do you feel it was literally about her shady background? And that it happened too quickly? Please put comments, and I will be back soon with another reading. Okay, and bye for now. Bye-bye.